All right, let's jump right in. Today we are peeling back the curtain on the hidden world of deserts, a place most of us think is just, well, empty. We're going to be looking at this through the incredible work of author and illustrator Roxy Monero, who shows us there's so much more going on than we ever imagined.
You know, this quote from Monroe just nails it, doesn't it? When you picture a desert in your mind, what do you see? Probably endless sand, a blazing sun, and not a whole lot else, right? It's this simple, stark image we all kind of carry around with us.
So, here's the big question. Is that picture even close to reality? What if that idea of an empty wasteland is just completely wrong? What if I told you the deserts are actually bursting with life, full of secrets and surprises? Okay, so let's start digging into what's really going on in these amazing environments. It's time to uncover some of those secrets. This chart pretty much flips everything we thought we knew on its head. We think hot, but guess what? A lot of deserts get seriously cold, especially at night. We see them as barren, but they are packed with all sorts of life that's specially adapted to be there. And uninhabitable? Not even close. They're actually complex, thriving ecosystems.
So what's the one thing that actually defines a desert? It all comes down to how dry it is. Officially, a desert gets less than 10 inches of precipitation a year. And that very lack of water is what forced nature to get incredibly creative.
And just look at the result. You've got everything from reptiles and insects to birds and tiny little rodents that live underground to stay cool. These animals have developed some amazing tricks to survive, like camouflage to blend in, or even coloring that reflects the sun's heat. They're absolute masters of living in an extreme world. This is where it gets really interesting. The desert kind of has this secret double life. During the day, it can seem super quiet, but once that sun goes down and things cool off, bam, the whole place comes alive. So many of these creatures are nocturnal. They wait until it's dark to come out and do their thing. And we're not just talking about a couple of random critters here. Get this. In her research across just 6 American desert habitats, Roxy Monero documented an incredible 108 different species. 108! That is a shocking amount of biodiversity for a place we all thought was basically empty.
Now, all this life isn't just a random collection of plants and animals coexisting. Nope, it's actually a super delicate, interconnected system where every single piece of the puzzle is important. And that's what an ecosystem really is. Think of it like a neighborhood, where everyone from the tiniest bug to the biggest cactus is connected and relies on each other to keep the whole community running smoothly.
Here are a couple of wild examples for you. Certain types of bats are absolutely essential for pollinating cacti. Without the bats, no new cacti. And here's one that blew my mind. Deserts are home to more species of bumblebees than anywhere else on the planet. Who knew? It's these tiny connections that hold the whole thing together. And this is the tough part. When one of those links in the chain breaks, you can't just fix it. The loss of even one species can create a ripple effect through the whole habitat. It's a permanent change with permanent consequences. Which brings us to the challenges these amazing places are up against. These beautiful, fragile ecosystems are facing more and more threats, and a lot of them, unfortunately, are caused by us. And man, this list really gives you a sense of what we're talking about. You've got big things like pipelines and mining that literally change the landscape. Then there's trash and pollution. Even things you might not think about, like off-road vehicles, can tear up the delicate soil and cause damage that lasts for years and years. And here's a threat that's kind of sneaky: light pollution. You see, places like the Great Basin Desert are so remote, they have what people call dark skies. They're some of the last spots on Earth where you can actually see the Milky Way clearly. But that artificial glow from cities miles away doesn't just block the view. It messes up the cycles of all those nocturnal animals that depend on true darkness to survive. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty heavy, but the story doesn't end there. It's not hopeless. There are some really clear, simple things that all of us can do to help protect these incredibly special places. It really boils down to 3 straightforward steps. First, just get informed. Reach out to conservation groups and learn more about what's going on. Second, lend your voice. A lot of these organizations have letters already written that you can sign to show your support. And third, you can offer direct help, sometimes even by adopting a desert animal, like a tortoise, which helps fund the work to protect their habitats.
So it's pretty clear that deserts are anything but empty wastelands. There are these complex, beautiful, and fragile worlds just teeming with life, and they really need our help. So the final question is for all of us.
What part are we going to play in making sure they have a future?